everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. As you can see, I made myself a little cold brew latte situation. It's nice for this hot day. I'll order lattes if I go out, but I rarely ever put cream or sugar in my coffee at home. Like, I just drink my coffee black and that's how I usually do it. But I did buy this oat milk creamer recently that was like maple brown sugar. And again, I rarely put that in my coffee. I thought that would be nice to have occasionally with my cold brew coffee that I have. So here we are. It's pretty good. So before we get into today's video, I did want to let you know the recent coffee I hauled. So I recently placed an order with Bones Coffee, which is one of the coffee brands I order from frequently. And I got some fun flavors. The first one I got that I've been eyeing for a long time and never actually got, but it was on sale. So I finally picked it up, which is Shark Bite by Bones Coffee. And this is a spiced butter rum flavored coffee. We've been drinking this one recently and it's really good. And they were having a really good sale. So that one was just on sale as a flavor, but then they also had a, I think 40% off coupon sale. Maybe it was 30% off, but regardless, they rarely have coupons that are that discounted. So I went ahead and got a bunch of things, and one of the ones I was able to get that's actually a brand new flavor is Peaches and Scream, which is great. It's a peaches and cream flavor, and I had a peach coffee last summer and I loved it, and so I'm really excited that Bones has their own now. Another new flavor to me that we got is Army of Dark Chocolate. Looks like this. And this is just a dark chocolate flavored coffee. My husband really likes things like this, so we went ahead and grabbed it. And it's new, so I had to try a flavor that I've never had before. And the last one I got, I have tried a sample of this in the past, but it's been a long time and I really enjoyed it then, is their maple bacon flavor. And it's really cool because it has like a mapley smell and it's kind of smoky. I know some people might think it's disgusting, but I really like it. Now that I got through my little coffee haul, let's dive into today's video. So today's video is going to be my September TBR. I decided not to do the dice game this month because I'm gonna kind of throw that in there when I think it's time to do it again or when it's requested again, but I'm not gonna do it every month at this point just because when I did it for August, it was really good for me and it got me to read or pick up things that I wouldn't normally read. However, because there were so many things I'm trying to finish in August, I feel myself going towards a slump. So I thought for this next month, I'm just gonna read whatever I want, and the number of books I'm gonna put lower than the past couple of months. That way I can, kind of read at my leisure, read things that I've been wanting to pick up, and if I finish them and then I could just read whatever I want as a mood reader, that would be great. I am a mood reader, I've found, so I thought I would just give myself a break for September. I'm also gonna be volunteering in 2 different facets, and that's all starting in September, so I thought, just give myself a break. Let me read whatever I want, let it be chill, let it be enjoyable, not pressured. And reading should never be pressured. You should never feel like you have to read 100 books a year, or you have to meet your Goodreads challenge, or I have to read more than this person. That should never be a thing. Reading should be for fun, and it should be something you want to do. Even though for me, I think it's helpful for me to set goals and challenges for myself because of my personality. I don't want anyone to think that you are less than for not reading more, which is why I'm kind of giving myself a break this month. Read what you want to read. Do what you gotta do, man. So with all of that being said, let's just get into it. So the first book I want to read in September is a sequel to a book that I loved, and that is Vengeful by B.E. Schwab. So as you know, I read Vicious, I think the end of June. It was either June or July. I read Vicious. It became my favorite book of all time, and I'm really excited to continue, so I can't wait to get into Vengeful and see how this story continues. I know that the main character in this, or just a main character in this, name is Marcella. I don't know anything about that, but excited to see where this goes because I just love this world. I loved Vicious so much, so I have to continue. And V.E. Schwab announced that there is going to be, this is the Villains duology. She did announce that there's going to be a 3rd Villains book. I am so excited. I don't even think she's started to write it yet because she's working on another series in the Darker Shade of Magic universe, but I can't wait until she writes the 3rd Villains. I can't. I'm so excited. Also, as you can tell, I have a UK edition of Vengeful and a US edition of Vicious. Yes, it drives me nuts every second of every day, but I will fix it eventually. For now, this is what we got. So yeah, really excited to get to this. Next book I want to get to in September is Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynn. This has been, I won't say it was my most anticipated release or on that list because I didn't pre-order it or anything, But from the moment that I heard about this book, I was really interested in it, and I've heard a lot of good things about John Gwynn and how he writes combat sequences. And it has this cool dragon on the cover, and it like wraps around. Anyway, so, and this is like a more Norse-inspired story, and I've just been really excited about this, and I really wanted to pick it up. I think I bought it the weekend it came out. Like, I've been really wanting to read this. But August kind of bypassed, and I couldn't read it in August, so I am very excited to get to this in September. Just look at that flop. Ugh, it's gonna be great. If any of you have read John Gwynn, tell me what you think down below. The next book that I want to get to in September is Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. As you know, King of Scars was on my August TBR. Not to ruin anything, but I did wrap that up. I did finish it. So I really want to get to Rule of Wolves in September and to be able to wrap up this duology and see what happens. And then it'll be crazy because I'll be done with the Grishaverse. Wow. This has been going on since like February or March. I've been going through all of them. So it's gonna be super weird when it's over. But yeah, so excited about this one as well. The next two are ones that I don't physically have here. So the first one I'll talk about is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is not my usual genre, nor is it usually a book that I would pick up. However, I have heard literally no one give this a bad review. I'm sure they're out there, but everyone raves about this book. They say it's like the best like contemporary romance book they've ever read. Again, I've literally heard no one say bad things about this book. And while this isn't my usual genre, I thought I would give it a shot, and it came on my Libby app for free with my library, so it was on an audiobook. I went ahead and got on the waiting list for it just to see what it's about, honestly, because it was there and it was free. It says it'll be about 4 weeks, so I think I'm gonna get it mid-September. I may not, it may be longer than that, and it may not get read in September at all, but I think it's gonna come mid-September, and I think I'll be able to finish it in September, so that's why I'm putting it on this list. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. Again, it's not the kind of book that I usually am drawn towards, but it will be interesting to see what I think about it, and then if I like want to delve into those books a little bit more in the future, or if I'm like, no, this was just not for me. We'll see. The next one that I'm really, really hoping to be able to read in September, I can't say I will read it necessarily, but it was a pre-order. It's supposed to come out September 8th, so it's supposed to come out at the beginning of September. And I hope that by the time it gets to me, I will have time to read it because it is an anticipated release of mine. And that is Empire of the Vampire by Kristoff. I am really excited about this book, and it's kind of weird because I own some Kristoff, but I've never read any of Kristoff's works. This one spoke to me in a different way than the others, and I am really excited about it. I ordered it from Book Depository because I liked the UK edition more than I liked the American edition. I liked the UK art style more on the cover, so I ordered it from Book Depository, and they're not super slow with shipping by any means. They're shipping from the UK, but I know it's going to take longer to get to me than it would if I ordered it in the US. So I don't know exactly when that one's going to come to me either, but I'm hoping it's going to come to me before September's over, and if it does, I do want to read it. So I'm excited about that. And like I said before, I was going to keep this TBR pretty short. That way I can leave room for myself in whatever way I need. If I need time where I'm not reading to be getting other things done, or if I just want to be reading other things that pique my interest. So those are all the books that I'm planning on reading in September. I believe my October TBR is going to be bigger because I have like some books that I've kind of been saving for that time. But that's my loose TBR for September, and as far as I know, that's what I'm going to be reading. I know that sounds really vague and unorganized, but that's my life at this point. Please let me know what you guys are planning on reading in September, or just what you're planning on reading this fall, or if you have some really anticipated releases coming out. One that I say would have been on here, had I not already read it, would be Once Upon a Broken Heart, because that comes out September 28th. I've already read it, so while I get it, and I'll be pumped when I get my finished copies of it, I'm probably not going to be reading it. I may leaf through it to see if anything's changed, but I'm not going to be like rereading the whole thing. So that did free up some books on my September TBR. Not that I would have been able to read it in like 3 days. Maybe I would have, who knows? Because it does come out at the end of September. And I know there's other books that are coming out in September that I really want to read, but I know I'm not getting them in September. So for instance, Defy the Night. I think that's going to be a Fairy Loot book, and I really want to read it, but I'm going to get it in a Fairy Loot, and it's going to come later than when the book comes out, as well as Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. I'm really interested in that book too. I think I'm going to buy the Fairy Loot edition, so it's going to take a while to get to me, etc. Alright everyone, well that is it for today's video. So if you liked this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe if you want to, ring the bell if you want to be notified of my future videos. For those of you that are going back to school, good luck, you'll do great. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.